wouldn't believe how much rock in the truck is. Oh shit!
Oh, man, drunk donkey, IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away.
We're in the eye of Ada here in Key Largo.
Among my friends,
Tremendous
I swear the page goes live again.
coming in. Currently. I'm semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries, but semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet, and the trees beside me are completely sideways. I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is a tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts. I got the back turn right now, and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Ada.
All right, what's up, everybody? Good Friday song, right? A Good Friday foggy song, as we all wake up to fog, or many of us. So this is Hunter. Obviously, he got the win today. I got Louie on my lap too, but Hunter wanted to join the fun, so we'll start out with Hunter today. So hey, hope everybody's doing great. Happy Friday. We have the weekend ahead of us. These weeks flying by. These weeks fly by in Christmas time more than ever, because your to-do list outweighs the days left list. And it's always a race with shipping and getting everything here in time for Christmas. So that's the plan for me. The next week is my big week. Try to get everything done for Christmas. So I hope everybody's doing good. This is our Daily Brew. We talk weather and big time in the tropics. We got a little bit of weather to talk about coming up next week. Got stormy weather next week. Got a big bad cold front coming to town. Not Santa Claus coming to town. Big bad cold front coming to town. So I'm going to get into all that. What's up, Sarah? Good morning. So we're going to say hey to some folks here as we get kind of more our true diehards during the off season here. Thank you, Miss Sarah, with an H. Hello, Darsel Wright. Haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Miss Candy Knowles? Thank you for the stars. Good morning, Miss Ruth. I got tires on my trucks, by the way. Storm Chaser's back. The new used engine is running phenomenal. So, hallelujah. So, yeah, our Daily Brew, man, we've been doing this for a lot of years. We stream hours and hours and hours and hours a year. Big thanks to our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Putting together a little presentation. 1 month from today, I'll be talking to all their corporate folks about weather, and excited about that, working on my cruise presentation, which is kind of the same presentation I'll be doing at ABC. So kind of excited about that. No dogs allowed. Very foggy, yes, Katie. Man, it is. People on the Panhandle told me they're sick and tired of the fog. That Gulf fog is thick. Had a ship captain respond today that some of that Gulf fog was the worst he's ever seen. I mean, it's been warm. I mean, it's muggy. We've had a stalled front to the north bringing in the juice. Moist air. And doesn't look like it's going to be out of here anytime soon. Next couple days at least. All right, so real quick, let's talk about our weather. So here we go. We got. Oh, by the way, I just ordered a shirt for someone, and I was happy to see that it'll be here well before Christmas. So, if you're still looking for a cool gift, unique, something you don't find at the stores, then you can check out our little store we have here on Spring. All kinds of good products: beach towels, tumblers, glass pints, stickers, hoodies, sweaties, tanks. Even got kids' clothes. All our great designs. Hooked up my buddy up in Panama City. But you can get to it right here on the site. Shop MWP Gear right there. All right, let's pull up Louis and then we'll talk weather. Let me get the graphics up here. There's Weather Nerds. Okay, here's the sunlight coming up. This is our Invest 99. It did not look like it is going to become Owen. The NHC is giving it no love. So it's a big old gal. She's spinning away out there. Big time. Here's the Azores. And this thing's going to pass right by. But all this convection right here is going to be smacking it later today, tonight. Here you go, buddy. I forgot about you. Let's not say hi to everybody. You the guy. All right, we'll say hi to Louis real quick. So there you go. We got a lot of people watching in the Azores, believe it or not. So there you go. They're going to have some nasty weather going downhill today into tonight. This thing is over cold water, not going to be named, but it's looking kind of sexy. What do you think, Louis? Kind of tropical, right? We have spinach. So it's 960 pressure right now. That's a lot of wind, regardless of organization. It's going to drop into the 950s. That means we got some big time waves out there in the Atlantic. Big time waves in the Atlantic. As a matter of fact, let's take a look here. I got a ship map somewhere. I haven't looked at it in a while. Let's see here. Somewhere on this column. Louis looking over there helping me. Live marine traffic map. This is pretty neat. Let's see. Let's see if Lakeland. Who's calling me from Lakeland? All right. Look, you can see exactly. You can see exactly where the storm's at. Right. Look. Here's the U.S. Let me draw it out for you in case you can't see it. There's the United States and Canada and Mexico there. But look at this big old hole right here. So anytime you want to verify that there's Atlantic tropics or not, big ass waves, that's where our system's at. There's a couple cowboys out there riding it out. Who's this guy? Let's see. We can zoom in. You can actually see who's out there. So there's a tanker. Unspecified ship. Oh, man. But that tanker right here, he's rocking. He must not have radar. These guys are, this is a fishing boat. I guarantee it's a little rough out there for them. Some of the Eurobass are showing 30, 40, 50 foot seas, man. Right now it's 30. Building. This one's almost out of reach here with the sight of the map. Did you just yawn? Some of the wave maps here. Let's look real quick, and then we'll talk about our weekend weather and our storms coming. Maximum wave heights here. So as this thing continues to develop, we're supposed to peak out around 87 foot max wave heights. That's this white area up here. Almost looks like a face. Right here. Happy guy. So, and some of these winds are actually going to be reaching, or waves are going to be reaching Florida and the East Coast tomorrow, maybe tonight. But the East Coast of Florida definitely going to feel the effects of Invest 99. We're going to have increased waves across Bahamas, Florida, East Coast. So Florida's going to be surfs up, dude. Thank you, Miss Mary. Good morning, Miss Kitchen. Kid Rock. All right, what's up, Mikey? All right, go see your brother. God, you guys are good day today. So yeah, so we got big swells coming into the Florida East Coast here. Let's get a little closer on that. I'm going to take one last look here at some of the waves we could see here for southeast coast at least. Let's put it into perspective. So right now they're starting, actually on the Outer Banks, you're starting to feel the waves and winds right now. 6, 8, 10-foot waves coming. That's not surge. These are the waves that end up breaking as they come ashore. Remember, surge a lot of times is induced a lot by wind. These really don't have, we don't really have East Coast winds right now pushing this water. That's where you get into problem with surge, because what we saw with Nicole is we had 30, 40-foot seas out here, but we also had a constant wind that just pushed that waves towards the coast. So these are just waves not necessarily being driven by wind near the coast. Wind where they originated from, but not at the coast. So we won't see Nicole style erosion, but we will see some. Some of this might creep its way up into so it looks like the peak for the Florida coast. Let's just highlight that in Charleston area. So Charleston is going to peak out tomorrow. This is actually 12Z data. So today, later today. So Charleston definitely going to be raising the waters here across South Carolina later today into the afternoon. And then Florida looks like maybe late tonight into tomorrow morning. So if you are on the East Coast and you do have any seawall damage, could get a little dicey over there. These are 10 to 12-foot seas pushing their way in. I do have a new link here that's pretty cool. Tideschart.com. This is a gentleman that emailed me and asked me to put his link on there. I'm like, heck yeah, man. I'd love to. Tides chart. So we can, the only thing I haven't really played around with yet, locations. Let's do Cape Canaveral. Brevard County. All right, let's look at Brevard. So overnight tonight, well, at least it's a little, no, what the hell's going on here? I'm 24 hours out. Okay, so, here's where we're at right now. Okay, I'm just learning the site with you all. All right, so currently tide's going down tonight. Tonight high tide 4 feet above tonight at around 10 o'clock tonight. So looking back at the highest incoming waves tonight will be sometime around midnight, approaching midnight. This is 11 o'clock tonight, 11 p.m. tonight. And if we look at 11 p.m. tonight, we'll be at least on a down high. So, 8 o'clock tonight. So 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight, if you're going to be hanging out on the beaches tonight in Daytona, Volusia County, Brevard County, you're going to see an increased surf tonight because of Invest 99 blowing in. Vicky Hill, good morning. Snow update. Are you talking about Gatlinburg? Lionel Toy Story train bookmark haul. My dad's got an original 1930s Lionel train that blows smoke. You got to put a little pill in it, and it blows smoke. Good morning, Miss Mary Hernandez over there from Miami Springs. What's up with that? Don McIntyre, good morning. So that's interesting. I might post that a little bit later tonight. Could be a little beachy action tonight on that. All right, let's look at the weekend real quick. So tropics are not gonna. We're not gonna see Owen. Had a good chance yesterday, but not enough convection around the center. Enough to be organized. Rainfall for the next 5 days. This always gives you an idea of where to look. I always look at this map first. So here's your rainfall through next Thursday, and look, not a lot of rain for the East Coast. This is almost none for the Florida, almost none for Carolinas, Virginia, North. So it's very light rains and moisture. This is through next Thursday. So almost 5 days through Wednesday at least. No rain. Mississippi getting it again. So we're going to talk about that. Big storms are coming here. We're going to have to worry about Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Tuesday, Wednesday next week, we got to really worry about storms right here. So we're going to start talking about that. So that gives you a nutshell of what's coming. You can look at 7-day. Yeah, some of this frontal action creeps more into the East Coast. So the big story coming up is this front. And if you look at day 1 through 3, this is pretty much all the rain you're going to get through the weekend. So if you're living in Florida, that fog is not rain. It's fog. Hey, Sarah, next time, all right? We will. If I didn't have 5 bazillion things going on today, I'd probably head over to Daytona, but I got a lot cooking, and then Emily's got softball, and we got Christmas cards in mail. But Oldsmar has their second Friday tonight, so we got to do that. Got to still make time for the hometown folk. But listen, Sarah Dove, Ian, the 10 out of 10, terrible storm. Not many are worse than Ian. Nicole was very fascinating to me because it was like totally underestimated. Nobody talked about Nicole. But those 4 or 5 days of persistent winds off the Atlantic tied in with an approaching tropical system just brought damages that many have never seen. And I saw the Halifax River flood westward to houses that said the Halifax has never done that. So not only was it ocean water surge, wind-driven surge, the Halifax River was wind-driven surge, which explains a lot to me because when I look at these slosh maps, I've always often wondered where I live here in Tarpon Springs area. I've always seen these maps here for Tarpon Springs. I've always wondered why in the world they had Tarpon Springs. Let's go. This is a Cat 3. So I've always wondered, why are these areas guaranteed to be 7, 8, 9, 10 foot under surge here? This is Landsbrook area. A lot of homes in this area. And of course, both sides. See, this is where the surge maps are I'm learning so much about surge. Everybody's learning about surge. But angle of approach is everything. So we get a storm on the coast and the winds are blowing this way. That's the surge. This is wind-driven surge like we saw with the Halifax River that flooded so many people over there on the outside the intercoastal, more land. Because this is a wind-driven surge, so all this water gets piled up and pushes out of the lake. And, of course, if you flip the winds the other way, then it happens this way. This area here would not surge. So it's so deceiving because, we see a Category 3 hurricane coming towards Tampa Bay area. You see these surge maps. You kind of know at the last second where landfall's at. And, landfall goes to the north. Then you're kind of safe because that you get landfall to the north, up here, you pretty much know this is the area that's going to get the surge, not this area on the Tarpon side. Yes, on the coastal side. You get a storm that passes, this way, you get that backside winds coming in, and that's where I saw Rotunda and some of those areas where I was at. We were on the north side eye wall, and we saw more wind-driven surge, not the push of the water off. So it's fascinating. There's a lot of red lines there. Looks like a Tampa Bay Buccaneer offensive chart. How about them Bucks? All right. Woo! So, storms next week. All right. So they've actually kind of dropped the storms that were kind of here. Those are gone. This are always going to be Monday. There will be a line of storms, no doubt about it. But the severe potential is gone. They, however, are really focusing on this upper Gulf here for Tuesday. And a 30% it's pretty aggressive from the Storm Prediction Center for storms. It kind of slowed down a little bit, so nothing's really changed. It's just kind of slowed down, shift. Because it slowed down, it shifted where the daytime heating is going to occur, which is a little bit more to the east. So the storm still potential's there. It or sped up. No, sped up a little bit. Hell, I don't know. I'm so confused this morning. The timing changed. So sped up a little bit because now the storms on Tuesday, they are a little bit more towards the east. So anyway, Louisiana, eastern Texas into Mississippi, these are potential for tornadoes next Tuesday, and this is going to extend itself to the upper Gulf on Wednesday. And this includes the Florida Panhandle, Miss Katie. So there you go. That's what's coming. Big dip in the jet stream. Springtime setup here with storms. A lot of instability in the air. Warm water from the Gulf. Hot and cold don't mix. So that's what we're watching next week. This is next Wednesday. They're talking maybe a little bit could be left over into Thursday. We'll have to see about that. But, pretty strong when the SPC goes past day 3 for storm potential. So let's take a look at some of the individual runs. Now, there is continued signs that we could see snow for the Smokies next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday night. Hey, Hollywood weekend. Weekend's great, Ryan. No surge. You'll just get some beachy waves. Good morning, Ms. Wendy. What's up, yo, hell? Good morning. Okay, Chobe's like desert in winter. Florence Parish, there's no hurricane. No hurricane. This is a hurricane wannabe. Big windy low pressure out in the middle Atlantic with 960 pressure, 40, 50 foot seas coming. And the Azores are going to get hit later tonight with the tail of 99. That sounds like a song. The tail of 99. All right, so let's set this up first and foremost. Why is everybody talking about next week? Well, anytime you get a big dip in the jet stream, as we're all learning this together, very simple way I'd look at it is 700 velocity. You're seeing the thing set up over the Pacific over the weekend, and this little dip here is going to actually make its way down, and there you go. You see a low pressure system. These low pressures that dip bring in a lot of clashing wind shear, and you start mixing warm Gulf moisture with dry low pressure. You get a very tight pressure gradient, and things start to happen. So this has been really continuously showing up. This is Tuesday night, Wednesday right here. Mr. Brian, good morning, buddy. Railfin. I think dinged. I know it's something else. I don't know. But there you go. I mean, this is a pretty hefty looking line here that, it can start setting up Tuesday night, across Texas, and it dips down. And some of this energy could make its way through the Panhandle on Wednesday and almost through the peninsula possibly next Thursday. Remember we showed this on Wednesday? Not a lot's changed. Thursday morning squall line. This is on the Euro. So anyway, anytime you get this big upper level disturbance here, that was 700. 500 picks up on it too. You can see a big old lot of clashing winds here. A lot of tight pressure gradients in the upper atmosphere. 500 millibar instability. That's just one way I look at it. There's a bazillion other, but you can see the big dip in the wind shear map showing you the jet stream coming up from the south. So there you go. Big old dip, big old jet stream. But as far as what it looks like, go tropical tidbits. Kind of cool, right? So this weekend, as I showed, pretty dry for everybody. Very little rain for anybody on the south and east coast. But here's a little pulse. We talked about this Monday. It's a little frontal line, maybe Monday, but nothing stormy. But the big stuff, here it comes. There you go. 991 pressure setting up across the plains. And there's your big hefty line. Let's put on the frozen map. So there you go. Pretty hefty, right? This is Wednesday, early Wednesday morning. This is the GFS. Kind of shows you the same thing. Now it's even showing a little sleet and stuff out ahead of it. Wednesday night. But there you go. So you got a few different chances of snow in the Smokies. And then we're going to look at this tail through Florida. This is overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning now. And there's our squall line. So it's coming. We get to see some snow. This is starting to pick up more sleet and frozen rain here for Thursday morning. This is Thursday morning next week. And there it is. There's our Friday. So we got the backside low spinning down here. It actually comes back behind it. And some of this moisture is going to wrap around and possibly fuel some mountain snow. You can see this. This is Friday for the Smokies. And depending on what this thing does, man, look at that. Man, a GFS is holy moly, man. Now, see, that is all positioning on this exit. Louis, he's got that walk. He's looking at me across the pillar right there. Half his face is looking at me. I don't think he thinks I can see him. But GFS all over the place. However, makes sense. You can see a low pressure setting up off the coast following weekend. That could be a nor'easter 100% right there. Deepening low, heavy snow. But we'll see if others verify it. It probably won't. I guarantee that the overnight was probably different. Nah, not really. That was not a guarantee with money. But now we're going to flip over to the euro. So the important thing here is following week. Let's see if this low pressure is deepening. If it maintains 980, 990, 970, then we know there's a potential that this thing could bring some snow, heavy snow the following weekend. But again, high confidence that we're seeing snow in the mountains next, maybe a little bit Thursday, and then another round Friday into Saturday. So it could be 2 nights of snow for the Smokies. Thursday night, but then the heavier stuff comes in possibly Friday night into Saturday with this backside. And again, here's Thursday morning squall line. All right, let's look at the other models. Let's rewind to the Icon. It's a pretty decent model in the wintertime. All right, so here's next Tuesday. There's our squall line setting up. It only goes out 60 a little bit, but there you go. This is next overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Hefty line, right? Here you go. This is Wednesday morning. Pretty heavy. Look at that squall line. This is what they're worried about. Next Tuesday and Wednesday, heavy squall line right there. And there's our squall line in Florida for Thursday, for the East Coast on Thursday. And it doesn't really show much snow, but this backside here, now 986, man. We're getting high confidence we can see northeast snow. Setting up the following weekend. All right, Canadian model. Same old thing here. Let's look. There's Wednesday right there. Wednesday morning, squall line setting up, going through Florida Thursday. And then backside snow Friday. And possibly some heavy snow here for the Northeast. Euro showing for pressure drop. Let's take a look at that. Doesn't show winter, but here's next Wednesday, Thursday, and it's showing 991. It's a little more realistic. Doesn't really show much on that, but we can see it better here. There's a little more winter precip on this map we can take a look at. This is the Euro, and a little more chance of flurries next Friday and Saturday for the mountains. So if you're going to Smokies following weekend, I think there's a really good chance. Two things are going to happen next weekend. Potential northeaster possibly. Heavy snow and maybe some mountain snow with a squall line that pushes through Florida, which means cool air. So everybody's wondering where the heck the cold weather is, at least here in the southeast. And seeing more and more confidence that we're going to see cold front. Here's next Friday. Oh my goodness gracious. Holy cow. This is next Saturday. We have softball next weekend, but we also have a Christmas party. So we're talking 40. Oh man, look at this. This is a blast of cold air. Big cold fronts. Big temperature drop, right? We could see some freezing 30s all the way down in the middle of Florida. So that's quite interesting. So this is possibly next weekend. Look at this on the Euro. 40s all the we would officially, first time this season, have a falling iguana alert for Miami next weekend. We'll see. If that front comes through Florida, you know there's going to be cold air behind it. I mean, I don't know how cold, but yeah, it's 30s and stuff. This is next Saturday morning. But I'm seeing it, man. We're seeing a big old cold front. Let's look at that snow potential, though. That's even the more interesting thing. We're seeing snow potential now for the Northeast, possibly, for some serious snow accumulation the following weekend. Oof, look at that. There's a Euro. That's crazy. Look, 24 feet. It could reach the coast. New York. GFS. A little farther south, but definitely that's the weather. Bill's not excited about the cold weather, but hey, I went and bought 4 bags of wood yesterday at my Ace Hardware. They had it. It wasn't my favorite type in the red bag. It was the type in the plastic bag, which I don't like. The moisture seems like it hangs out there longer, but anyway. So there's a lot of weather coming up. I think we got it all figured out. Storms, cold front, snow in the mountains, another couple days of foggy weather for the upper Gulf. Heavy rain here predicted by the Long Range Weather Prediction Center. This is heavy rain 12, 13, 14, 15. This includes Texas all the way to the upper panhandle. This is that dipped cold front coming down. Heavy precip here, but that's a lot of rain coming next week. But the weekend looks good. I don't think I have to water the poinsettias maybe just one more time. Anyway, all right. Well, I gotta go see Mama. Don't forget, we only got a few days left on our cruise for our unbelievably low prices. It would make a heck of a Christmas present. Spring break 2023, leaving out of the Cape, Royal Caribbean. If you're a Brew Crew annual supporter, make sure you reach out to Shelly. We're having a VIP party the Sunday before March the 12th. You got to RSVP for your shrimp boil. You don't have to buy the food, but we're still going to have a party regardless. I got music coming in. We're going to do some raffles, have some fun on land before the cruise. So we're going to mingle the cruisers and the Brew Crew people together. We'll see how that... We'll see who leaves Sunday with a hangover. What a way to start the cruise out, right? So, a lot of fun. I'm totally stoked. Royal Caribbean now is a partner of mine. They are totally stoked about our cruise. They're sending their chief meteorologist, James Van Fleet, on our cruise. He's going to be doing a special presentation after mine, talking about how weather influences the planning of trip routes and what the cruise line industry does for safety for their guests and comfort. Going to be totally fascinated. They're one of the only cruise lines, if not the only cruise line, that has their own chief meteorologist. And he's a big fan of our page, ironically, and he's from Tampa, ironically. He's working on arranging bridge tours for all of our MWPs that are cruising with us. So that means families will have a chance to actually see the inside of the bridge. Maybe Captain Kirk and Spock will be up there. Thank you, Miss Jennifer. Yeah, we knew this would happen. We knew this would happen. My mom's 80. I think my mom is 83, and I think Julie's mom's 83. Well, we knew they would be like rains that pours, right? My mother-in-law had a stroke last week. She's in the hospital, doing all right. And my mom had one last night. my dad. It's never good to wake up in the morning at 5:30 and you get an email from your dad. I mean, I went to bed like at 11, so I'm like, oh crap. And he, told me mom had a stroke, so we're gonna go find out how she's doing. But I gotta post. One more thing here, and then I'm supposed to be up there at 10:30. I got time, so anyway. All right. Well, we got a big softball weekend. Excited for that. We are getting all of our Brew Crew stuff out in the mail, and you got a big Christmas party next week to get ready for. Second Friday tonight, Oldsmar. So if you're in the Oldsmar area, come by and say hi. We'll be out there. We might bring the dogs tonight. So anyway, but thanks, Yohel. It's all right, man. It's life. Sucks, but we just knew it was going to happen at the same time. But maybe it's nothing. So, all right. We will see y'all Monday. We'll be live next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Unless I get some harebrained idea and fly up and see snow Friday. I don't think Julie would like that if we have a Christmas party on Saturday and I have to clean the house. So, thanks for all the prayers, everybody. It means a lot. So, yeah. All right. Great weekend. Enjoy it. Cold weather's on the way. Storms are on the way. So this will be a good weekend to do your outside stuff and get ready for Mr. Santa Claus. All right. So we'll see y'all later Monday. Bye. Oh, I got a bow up here. Look. I forgot. Julie said, find a place for this bow. So I put it on there. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it?